Do you feel that graffiti is a form of art or is it vandalism? The spread of graffiti has ignited a growing debate in the city for decades. In a recent article, the Bronx Journal followed Tats crew, a group of Bronx-based graffiti artists who have transformed their talents into art. And on the program today, we have two members of Tats crew, Bio Feliciano and Nicer Nazario. Welcome to the program. It's a pleasure having you here, guys.
Thank you.
Pleasure being here.
Tell me about Tats crew. Why did you decide to form a group of graffiti artists? Don't point at each other. Come on.
Well, it's something that we started painting in the 80s. We started, I mean, we've been doing this over 26 years, so it wasn't anything that we really sat down and said, let's formulate a plan to create a company to, paint graffiti.
But you guys started individually, and then you came together as a group, right?
Yeah, actually, we met in high school. We started in the early '80s doing subway graffiti, and that's how we began. The bond began, and we've, like Nice mentioned, we have been together for 26 years now, and for the past, I say, 12 years now, we've been doing that as a professional muralist. Graffiti company providing services to different ad agencies, music videos, movies, whatever.
So you've made it into a business.
Yeah.
And is it paying off? Are you doing well?
We left our jobs, our 9-to-5s, about a little over 11 years now.
Okay, so basically tell me about the transformation of graffiti to art. Because now it's, it used to be a few years ago that it was like vandalism, a lot of people were offended. Now you do it with permission. Before it was done without permission, most of the time, right?
Well, it hasn't been an easy road having people, trying to change people's perception of the art form. Even early on, once I got into it, it was something that I was drawn to because it was something that was part of my neighborhood, part of my community, and I wanted to find out more about it. So it wasn't something that was taught in, art schools or anything like that. There weren't any curriculums toward this art form, so I wanted to get into it, and learn more about it. But, it was early on that I realized a lot of people, had the wrong perception about this art form. So the more I got into it, one of my biggest things is always to, change people's minds about this art form.
And is it working? Are the perceptions working? Where you find that the people are accepting graffiti more?
I mean, we've definitely gotten into doors that we haven't been able to years ago. I mean, we've lectured at MIT, we've done, stuff at the Smithsonian in Washington, and now we do several campaigns for major corporations throughout the United States. I mean, we've done stuff for Sony,
and
McDonald's.
I see that you brought one of your posters here. That's very, very impressive.
Yes.
And you also have a DVD. Tell me about this documentary that you did.
Well, the DVD documentary is based on Hall of Fame. It's a graffiti Hall of Fame here in New York City. It's in Harlem. So it's something that's been going on for years now. And, the DVD documents, us creating the image and actually painting the mural on the wall.
So what does Tats Crew stand for?
Tats Crew stands for Top Artistic Talents.
Stands for?
Top Artistic Talents.
And Top Artistic Talents. Do you always sign it in the corner somewhere?
Yeah, you'll always find the mural sign.
Because, in the graffiti sometimes it's hard to tell who the artist is.
Right. We always sign it in the lower left-hand corner. We put the copyright symbol and Tats Crew.
Do you feel like more young people are being inspired by what you're doing because they see that now it's becoming profitable, it's becoming a business, and maybe they want to do it the right way as opposed to... I think one of you has your son here, right?
Right, I have my son here.
Your son is here.
Right, yes.
And so how does he feel about going at what his dad is doing?
I mean, I think he's used to it because he's grown up around it. I mean, ever since he's a baby, he's been around it. So it's something that he grew up as a part of his life.
So he's a good artist?
Actually, he doesn't draw. He's more interested in computers, and he wants to be a journalist.
Oh, well, there you go. Maybe we should have him on the program sometime soon. Tell me about, how you guys work. What is it that you do? It's a team of how many guys?
There's 5 of us that paint full-time and in the company. And the way we work is we get hired to do, depending on the project, we get hired to create the artwork for the murals and to physically paint the murals. So, I mean, we've been working so long together that we work, as a team. So everyone works in unison around each other. So, I mean, it's something that's a sight to see.
Is it a growing thing, graffiti, or the kind of, let's call it art that you do? Is it growing and are more people interested in it
Well,
nowadays?
it's the only offer. It's a worldwide movement. It's no longer a New York thing or United States. And this, I mean, everywhere. We've been to several events throughout the world. I mean, we've done work in Hong Kong, China,
Really?
France, Australia, and we've been all over with graffiti. Through the art form, it's spread worldwide. It's now, an international movement.
Well, tell me a little bit more about what it is that you see for the future of graffiti. Where is it going?
I see more and more, applications, for this art form. I mean, we've done stuff for the Board of Ed. We've painted murals in schools. We've done stuff in hospitals and different wings in the hospitals. So I think with more and more people, accepting and opening doors like that, pretty soon we'll be seeing this in like the White House. Hopefully, if we can get some paintings up in there, but
Not on the outside walls, maybe on the inside.
well,
Depends.
the outside needs a little color.
All right, guys, listen, thank you for being on the
Thank
program.
you.
We
No
really
problem.
appreciate it. We wish you good luck. We were very impressed with what we saw in the article in the Bronx Journal. That's why we wanted to bring you out.
Cool.
Thank you for coming.